We are 2 weeks away from our final pay-per-view of the year, Psycho Circus. Last week we saw Ripcord win the world title tournament to face Sam Strong, so they'll have like their contract signing tonight. We saw Tommy Cornell and Barry Bowen pick up a huge win over Liberty and Cowboy. We'll have a pay-per-view match set for that tonight, um, and then just other general stuff with storylines continuing throughout. We'll have. But let's get started. No pre-show matches. We just start off with a match right away where we have the Blazing Flames defeat Lance Henderson, and Flapjack Flanagan. I just added this to the Troy Tornado Brent Hill kind of beef, where Troy Tornado. I'm gonna readjust my mic here for a sec. Brent Hill beat down Troy Tornado, um, and Troy hasn't been seen since. And this also reminds me that Brent, to say, is Ripcord's manager. So anytime you see Ripcord, Brent Hill's there. So if you don't see him directly involved in many angles, it's because he's assuming he's with Ripcord. And I like the pair of Barry Bone and Tommy Cornell as we build them up, but Brent Hill will be someone that I still will use, and I can use more, but we're just continuing him as Rip's manager, and Rip's been pretty prominent in the show past couple weeks. We follow that matchup with Brian Vesey demanding to have a match next week versus RP Jr. at our Go Home show. We'll have Brian Vesey versus RP Jr. Um, to lead us into the pay-per-view. I feel like I needed like a match to have main event quality and to continue a little bit of like a 80 plus. Like I think 3-4 weeks in a row we've been over that 80 rating, and I feel like this just makes sense where the young fiery Brian Vesey is sick of RP Jr. is running his mouth everywhere and doesn't want to wait to pay-per-view to get his hands on RP Jr. He wants him next week. So we have a heated exchange backstage between Cowboy Ricky Dale and Liberty. They have been having ongoing like tease of Cowboy turning heel effectively, but here it's just them arguing over the loss last week and just get, a continuation of that. That will lead to an angle later of like the Fatal 4-Way being announced. We have Electrico losing to Damien Carville here. Damien Carville is assisted by this unknown luchador who, well, we'll get into the luchador aspect of it, but there's an unknown luchador who assisted Damien Carville defeating Electrico. We conclude the Dark Eagle and Alex Braun feud where Dark Eagle defeats Alex Braun in a fantastic matchup. Um, I would have had Alex Braun win, to be honest, if he was full time, as I feel like there's more upside with him as like a character. As Dark Eagle is like a great luchador. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Dark Eagle will have a good run with us because he can turn heel. He's an amazing heel. Um, but for some reason, he starts off the game as a babyface. So we'll continue his babyface run and eventually, turn him heel from there. Then here's Heartthrob. It's Romeo Heartthrob. Shocker. I don't have a great mask for him, but what's it called? He's pretending like he doesn't speak English. It's kind of like the El Grande Americana stuff that's been going on. It's Juan Cena. It's a tried and true um, gimmick to have people. Like Cody did it kind of, but Romeo Heartthrob putting on a mask here. This is going to lead us probably to Total Mayhem, maybe, where we'll do the Blue Blazer type deal of who's this guy, and him pretending that he's not Heartthrob, and him pretending he is, kind of thing. And yeah, I don't like the picture for it. Just it was a generic luchador picture. I didn't have any of hearts I couldn't find, but I didn't really look that hard. Anyways, we have Jack Bruce kind of interrupting a Jesse Christian and Monty Walker backstage segment where they're talking, and it's kind of like a heated conversation between the two. But Jack Bruce comes up and be like, "Do you two need therapy?" Like kind of just being a jerk. And honestly, maybe I can do like a match here next week with Jack Bruce finding a partner versus Jesse and Monty. So we'll have like Jack Bruce saying, "Oh, you guys need therapy or something," and Jesse says, "You know what? No, but you need to find a partner where me and Monty will face off versus you and your partner next week." That then will tie into the RP Jr. and Jesse Christian Um, as champions, like, RP Jr. has the main event versus Brian Vesey, but Jesse Christian's teaming with his side hoe, so to speak, Monty Walker. So I think it's fun. Do we continue our super um, depth, deep, hardcore title feud with Big Trouble picking up one here, defeating Richard Blood? Um, yeah, that's about it for that. I didn't want to have a earth-shattering feud here, but Big Trouble picks up yet another win. This is Liberty saying, you know what? I'm gonna beat Cowboy. I'm gonna beat Tommy Cornell. I'm gonna beat Barry Bowen. I'm gonna beat all of you and retain my title in a four-way match, four-way dance, fatal four-way. Pretty much Liberty laying out the challenge for the pay-per-view where he's gonna defend versus all three guys and a four-way. Which I don't know. We'll see if I pull the trigger on the title changing there or to keep it going. And then, oh my goodness. Um, Eric Tyler loses to Dusty Streets after Sid Streets returns. Interferes helping his brother defeat Eric Tyler. That could be he's beat something kind of like Dusty did for Jeb. Sid does for Dusty here. And this is a way better match than I expected. Eric Tyler's just a stud. And then after the match, we have the brothers embrace just as a way to finally, like, they shake hands, hug, or whatever, just to kind of show that, you know what, they're together. We finally get that big moment. And then to end the show, oh my, oops. Let's take care of that before I forget. So this storyline we can just end here, add this here. Not a big deal though, but pretty much we have, Ripcord stating, you know what, if I don't beat Sam Strong next week or in 2 weeks at the pay-per-view, I will not face him for the world title ever again. So it's kind of like that gimmick. To like, smart fans, it gives it away normally, but I feel like it adds stakes to the match and makes it more must watch, which is why people will do it. And sometimes we will see people lose. Cody lost it, which kind of led to his AEW run being what it was and leading to the Codyverse. But yeah, we have that set that gimmick as it's a rematch to have like an additional stake to it. And then we defeat SWF again. So I feel like when we're against SWF, when we go to Ace, is that we're not gonna be in the same time slot, so it doesn't even really matter. We're the same night. Um, but that's not head canon. We'll just still pretend because I feel like if we went on Ace, can we just look? So, oh my goodness. All right, late evening, late night. Okay. Whew, man. Yeah, we'll end up being late night, and I think they're late evening. Let's go here. I wish there was an easy way to just click broadcasters. I don't really look at this stuff too much. But anyways, Arcadia, prime time. Yeah, yeah, they're all prime time versus we're late night. So they'll be like 8 to 10. We'll be like 10 to 12. Not a big deal. I mean, as a fan, that'd be pretty sick. But whatever. We are 1 week away from our pay-per-view. A little bit of a hot streak here. We're one, two. That's the one that we talked about as like, okay, it's gonna be a dud. I think that being a dud just kind of was the tag match, and I don't really know. Guess Jesse Christian can't be produced. 81, 86, 83, 86. We are crushing it. And to be honest, we needed that because SWF was kind of catching back up to us with them pushing Christian Faith as like their lead guy, and he didn't even have a match. Okay, he's in a back. No, was he one of the satellites? No, but Ultima is Ultima is a sensitive topic, which is no big deal. Ultima ultimately that wasn't intentional. I'll bring in Silver Shark, like I said. Um, There's no one really that we need to check popularity wise. Damien Carville went up one, defeating Electrico. Um, Alex Braun was already below popularity in Dark Eagle, so Dark Eagle, I think he went up a point, and that's great. So Dark Eagle's gonna be a guy that he can eventually turn heel. He's a deathmatch wrestler. That'd be sick. Does it say if Dark Eagle Super Ginger? I'll see if it says he speaks English, but I think that's Electrico. Or is it, no, is it Golden Fox? I'm sorry, one of the luchadors. It is Golden Fox. He's American born. There you go. I'm not crazy. I knew it was one of the three luchadors. And yeah, Golden Fox, I think he's still solid in the ring. He's not, actually getting better. So definitely says like maybe we can utilize him a little bit more. He's an amazing heel and babyface. We'll have to take advantage of that. As Jack Bruce can't be the cruiserweight champion forever, he's going to go on the bigger and better things because he's an absolute stud. But that'll be it for now. There's no other popularities I feel like we need to really go over. And thank you for watching. One more week till the pay-per-view, and then 6 more shows till end of the year.